If I want to control you and everybody in this room, would I give you an Ivy League education?
Arguably, no. I would say no.
Why would I do that?
Yeah.
If I want to control you,
Right.
why would I educate you?
Yeah. Yep.
I wouldn't do that,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So I'm going to go back to the drawing board. Most people do not understand civics.
That's right.
Most people don't understand there are 9 Supreme Court justices in the Supreme Court, let alone name them. Most people don't understand what checks and balances are, a balance of power. They don't know the 3 branches of government, let alone the functionality. They don't know how many seats are in Congress.
Welcome through
They
it.
just don't know these things.
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming them because if they were not educated at home, 9 times out of 10, mom and dad had multiple jobs. If mom and dad were there, we know a lot of people came up through the crack epidemic, socially engineered and economically engineered to generate the outcomes that we saw, just destroyed our community. So the thing of it is if you're not in an education system where civics is being taught, I just happen to be in a school system where they taught you everything from freaking kindergarten.
Wow.
I mean, you learned everything, So I'm fortunate in that part. And plus, I used to watch 60 Minutes as a kid. I was 6 years old watching 60 Minutes. Why? Because I wanted to know. I just happened to be a curious kid. But the thing of it is there's a lot of curious kids in Philadelphia, and they cannot go into their classroom and be taught about government. Because if you teach someone about government, they're more likely than say, hey, this is something that I'm interested in. But if you keep them dumb, you keep them controlled.
So whose fault is that? Let me put this in context, right? And so if you don't teach anyone about civics, if you don't teach anyone about foreign policy, the branches of government, if you don't teach this information, right?
Yes.
How can you then turn around, say, for example, what happened in this election, and say, how dare you vote, or how could you vote X, Y, and Z when you haven't taught anyone about the necessities of voting specifically just as it relates to civics?
I'll tell you why. Because historically, Democrats rely on a certain percentage of votes. These are people who are civically engaged. These are the people who can be controlled, right? But for those other percentage of people out there who don't know about civic engagement in government, they don't typically vote anyway. So guess what? If you can control the percentage of people who vote, you can stay in office.
Oh, man, look, Morale said, look, that's truth. Like it or not, it's truth. I agree with you. And that's the thing. Like, you can't get upset and blame someone who is unaware of what the initiative that you're trying to,
and just how important voting is.
Yeah.
And not alone, you raise a really good point. I love the fact that you're saying for the people who didn't vote, are you really mad at them for not knowing why it is important to vote? Are you really mad at them because you never took the time to engage them? And guess what? There is no mandate. There is no statewide mandate to teach civics in schools. Now, for my people who are out there who are researchers, there are 67 counties in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.